Here we are then. So we're back with season one, episode two, Vehicle of Victory, finding the right path for you. And if you don't know me yet, my name's Callum Luke Webber. I'm the Freedom Lifestyle podcast host, the Freedom Lifestyle CEO, and I'm on a mission to help solopreneurs and sales reps become an absolute master at sales, confidently close deals, make more money, and live their freedom lifestyle. If you don't know me, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I am going to be releasing 3 episodes for you every single week that I've invested over £50,000 into mentors and coaches to learn. I'm just going to be giving this all the way for free every single week for you. And that's my commitment to you, my accountability by saying that right here, right now. Obviously, on the last episode, season one, episode one, I shared about, some different opportunities. I also shared with you my journey. So if you haven't watched that yet, I strongly recommend going because look, there's a reason why I'm here, right now doing this. I haven't just decided to do this. It's been a journey of over the last 7 years of being a solopreneur, investing over £50,000 into myself, having loads of setbacks, having loads of challenges, really struggling with confidence growing up throughout school. I shared my whole journey and I also embedded value throughout of it, which is going to give you lessons to take away into your business so you don't make the same mistakes as me. Because look, I'm doing this. My intention of doing this is to make you a winner. I want you to be a winner. You see them quotes of, oh, it gets lonely at the top. Nah, that's why there's only 2 seats in a Ferrari, is because it's lonely at the top. Well, look, I don't want it to be lonely at the top. I want us all to go to the top together. It's a freedom movement. That is my mission that I'm building. And I can't wait to take you on this journey. But look, before you master how to sell, before you get that amazing mindset, I need to make sure that you guys are in that right vehicle for you, okay? Because when you're in the right vehicle, something that lights you up with the combination of being a lethal seller, having that bulletproof mindset, you're going to be absolutely unstoppable. So let's get into this. So number one, why is it important, to find the right vehicle? Now, this is huge, right? There's so many opportunities out there. It can be really overwhelming. You go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, you literally scroll down the feed and you've probably seen about 5 different opportunities, 5 different vehicles that you could do. So it can be overwhelming. So why is it important to find the right one for you? Well, because, you can become wealthy from any opportunity. However, if you only choose a vehicle for money, that's going to end up leading you to unhappiness. It's going to lead you to demotivation if you ever get a setback or a failure. You're going to end up with a lack of fulfillment. And you're also going to have that lack of resilience when you face challenges. Because if something doesn't excite you and you're only doing it for money, then you're going to have something called the shiny object syndrome, which I've been guilty of before. You see the next big thing, the get rich quick scheme, that shiny object, and you get attracted to it. And it's because you're not in the vehicle that you're in right now, you're not getting lit up. You're not lit up because if you absolutely loved it and you were passionate about it, then you'd be carrying on doing it, right? You wouldn't be getting distracted by these opportunities. Because if you think about it like this, let's say you wanted to be a professional footballer, and then out of nowhere, you saw that, okay, even though obviously footballers make more money than rugby players, right? But let's just say rugby players were going to make more money. So you then made a decision that just because rugby players made more money, that you wanted to give up your whole football career to go and play rugby. You had that shiny object syndrome that you wanted to go over. You wanted to change sport completely just for the money. If you keep doing that, then you're going to end up never having any money because if you're in a vehicle and opportunity only for money, then that's only one piece of the puzzle. You need to be excited. You need to be passionate. You need to be energized about it so that if you ever have setbacks and challenges, which you are going to have, you're going to have that resilience to make it happen because you love what you do anyway. It's like me doing this right here, right now. I love it. I am doing this for you completely for free. And it's because I'm so passionate and energized about it. And look, I know this is going to result in me in the future of building a bigger impact, making more money. But even if it didn't, I love it anyway. So it's going to make me do it anyway. So I'm committed to doing it just because I absolutely love it. And the benefit of it is the more you're consistent at something, the more you're consistent at something you love, then you're going to be able to start making some money from it. So finding the right vehicle, the key to the game is finding something that lights you up. Because when you can find something that absolutely lights you up, you're on to an absolute winner. So how do you find the right vehicle self-assessment? So I want you to write this down. And if you haven't watched one of my trainings yet, every single training, like make sure you got a notebook and pen ready for this. Like I also run a Freedom Lifestyle podcast where I interview a lot of millionaires and multi-millionaires. I even interviewed someone worth 100 million. So definitely worthwhile on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, going over to that and subscribing over to the podcast. And that would be good to watch, listen to while you're in the car or whilst you're on the walk. But this YouTube, these trainings, I want you to be sat at home, no distractions, with your notebook, okay, in a quiet room, and it's time to get to work now, all right? So this is a self-assessment of actually finding the perfect vehicle for you. So number one, I want you to write this down, and this is a task that I want you to do after this training, okay? You can come back and watch this training more than once. You can pause the training and go through the questions, but make sure you finish to the end. Number one, write out every skill that you believe you're amazing at. So for instance, for me, I know I'm amazing at sales. I know I'm amazing at speaking to people. I know I'm amazing at listening. That was something I had to work on. I know I'm amazing at public speaking. And bearing in mind, when I grew up at school, if you saw my story in the last training, season 1, episode 1, I actually shared how I really lacked confidence growing up throughout school. Whereas now I'm happy to interview millionaires and multi-millionaires. I'm happy to network with them. I'm happy to speak in front of a room full of people. Like my public speaking skills have leveled up so much. And if I rewind it back to school, like it's actually crazy. It's actually crazy that I was that person. I'm like a completely different identity. So what other skills? Like I'm amazing at energy. And so many people don't like to talk about what they're amazing at. But, it's good to find out what you're amazing at, because when you know what you're amazing at, then you can start relating the skills to different opportunities. Like, for instance, for me, I'm good at public speaking. I'm good at communicating with people. I like to speak to people. I like to network. So learning how to sell was just an amazing fit. If you're someone, for instance, who's amazing at numbers and, you love analyzing things, then, something like trading might be amazing for you, right? If you really love helping people and you've got qualifications and you've got testimonials and case studies and you've got credibility, then being a coach may be an amazing opportunity for you. If you're someone that's really good at running ads, then maybe something like drop shipping or Amazon FBA will be good, because you need to, you want to learn how to run ads, right? Or be in a marketing agency. So once you know what type of skills you have that awareness, then you're going to start being more, okay, this opportunity is going to be perfect for me because I can just use the skills that I'm already amazing at in that new opportunity, okay? Number 2, write this down. Write out every skill that you're not good at, but you'd love to master. Like, for instance, I'll rewind you back to school. I wasn't confident, but I got out to Mallorca when I was 19 years old, and I love speaking to people, and I got involved in an events opportunity that involved selling. And, I wasn't good at selling at the time. I had no confidence, but it was a skill that I wanted to master, so I went all in with it. So if there's any skills that you might want to master trading, might want to master sales, you might want to master marketing, but you might not be good at it yet. But having that awareness, it's a skill that you want to learn. It's going to help you when it comes to picking the right opportunity for you. And this might be a bit of awareness. You might already be running a business, or you might have an opportunity and you might realize, actually, I'm actually just doing this. I had shiny object syndrome. I'm only doing this opportunity for money. I actually haven't got any skills that is good for that opportunity. And I actually can't be asked to learn any of them skills. And this is another takeaway. In terms of skills, if you're not good at it, and it's something that so let's say you're not good at a skill, but you need that skill in that business, then it's like, okay, the question I got to ask you, and write this down. Who do I know that has that skill? Who can I delegate that to? Who can I go into business with? Who can I do business partners with? Who can I do collaborations with? Who can I pay that's going to help me master that skill? When you can have this awareness of what skills you're good at, what skills aren't you good at, it makes life so much easier when it comes to building a business and when it comes to being a good salesman. Number 3, write out all your passions and hobbies. Because if you can make money in something you're passionate about, like for me, I'm passionate about meeting new people. I'm passionate about talking. I'm passionate about communication. So the fact that I'm a sales coach, I'm a freedom lifestyle coach. So I'm helping solopreneurs. I'm connecting. I'm networking. I'm doing podcast interviews where I get to speak to amazing people. These are things that I'm passionate and they're my hobbies. And unfortunately, I get to make money out of it as well. So it's a win-win. So my question to you is, write out all your passions and hobbies. Is your passion golf? Okay, cool. How can I make money doing something I love? How can I make money in the golf industry? How can I be innovative and make money in that industry? And just write out all your passions, write out all your skills, and then you're going to get a much bigger idea. And then finally, write out all the industries or niches that interest you. And if you want some examples on season 1, episode 1, I did a big list of different opportunities out there. Make sure you go and watch that if you haven't watched that already. But write the ones that interest you, because I guarantee you there's only going to be a couple that interest you. Like, for instance, for me, sales interested me, and coaching has interested me. They're the things that have really, really lit me up. Okay. And they're the things that I've gone all in for. Like, you know, for instance, drop shipping. Yes, I had shiny object syndrome and I looked into it. But personally, for me, drop shipping wasn't an avenue for me. But I know people that are making thousands in drop shipping. So that opportunity works. All these opportunities, they work, but for the right people. Okay. So it's good to just get that awareness. I hope this helps so far. So this is a big one. This is a bit of mindset training for you now. Okay. So failing's a good thing. So if I rewind you back to school, and like, you know, at school, a lot of people were scared to get things wrong. I know I certainly was sometimes. I was embarrassed to get the wrong answer because you look like a knobhead in front of the whole class of 30 people, right? You know, you normally want to put your hand up when you've got something right? However, in the world of business, like, there's no such thing as one right answer. You see on social media, and you see when people do talks, that they say like this is the only way to do it. Like, this is the best way to do it. But the reality of it is there is no best way to do it. Things are always changing, but the fundamentals all stay the same. But all these new techniques and all these new marketing strategies, they're always changing with the times. You know, rewind, like, I don't know how, look, when TikTok created, but TikTok wasn't even a thing a few years ago. You know, YouTube wasn't even a thing, like, back before the internet was here, right? AI is a brand new thing in our world, right? The world's always changing, so strategies are always changing, right? So failing's a good thing because things are always changing. So if you master one strategy, that strategy isn't always going to win. It's going to fail. But the key to the game is take the fundamentals. Ask yourself this question. Write this down. Why did that work? Let's say you're on social media and you get stopped by an ad, or you get stopped by a social media post. Ask yourself, why did that work? Why did that stop my attention? You know, then you can screen record it. You can read through it and be like, right, that's why. It's because of that hook. That's what caught my attention. And then you can start to understand how this all works. But look, failing's a good thing. The reality of it is you will get setbacks and you will get failures when it comes to business and in sales. I shared this before. Let's say, for instance, you're selling something, you're having appointments, and you go 20 appointments in a row, you don't close a deal, and then boom, you do 10 deals in a row and you close. That's a 1 in 3 closing ratio, okay? But you've had 20 failures, right? So the beautiful thing about this is every time you have a failure, you're one step closer to a yes. But if you go and quit, like a lot of people do, they get fear of failure, they have that bit of rejection, then they quit the opportunity, and then they slag off the opportunity, that the opportunity is not good, but it's just because they couldn't handle the rejection. You're going to get rejection. You know, if you go out door knocking, you're going to get a lot of no's. You're going to get a lot of people tell you to do one, but you're one step closer to a yes. And not only that, as you get better, especially as you subscribe to Callum Luke Webber, Freedom Lifestyle Coach YouTube channel, I'm going to be able to teach you how to master sales. If you actually take the action, if you actually complete the challenges, you're going to be able to master sales. But it's going to take consistent action. It's going to take commitment. You've got to take that responsibility yourself, okay? And understand that you're going to get a lot of challenges. You're going to get a lot of failures, okay? And if you do, next time you do get a failure, a setback or challenge, I want you to ask this question to yourself. Number 1, what was your biggest takeaway, lesson from your failure? What was your biggest takeaway? I'm actually going to rewind you and share a story of when I was in the solar industry. I was closing between 10 to 20 grand solar systems, and there was one week I closed 5 deals in a row, and it was between £1,000 to £1,500 commission per sale. So I made over 5 grand in 1 week. I did it 5 days in a row. I was absolutely buzzing. Then what happened was I went on a bender for a weekend. I then didn't close a deal for 2 weeks. I absolutely lost my head. And I reflected on that, and rather than being like, oh, I'm an idiot, I reflected on it. And my biggest takeaway was, when you're winning, when you're in good energy, when you've got momentum, do not stop. And that is the time when you get that yes, you're so much more likely to go get another yes because you're in a good energy. So when I was on then, did that winning streak of 5, I should have carried on working on the weekend. I should have been ringing up every single follow-up that I had. But instead, I went on a bender because I made 5 grand. So I got buzzing about it, as we all may do, right? But my biggest lesson from that is, when you're in momentum, go all in. Go all in. And number 2, what will you do differently next time? Let's say you got emotional because someone told you no. What are you going to do next time someone says no? Are you going to act a bit more logically? Are you going to understand them? Are you going to overcome that objection? Understand they're not saying no to you, they're saying no to themselves. They're probably scared to make that decision, or you haven't given them enough value to show them the reasons of why they should do it. You may have not built up enough trust yet, so you need to build some more trust yet. Like that, no, I've had so many people say no to me and then say yes. Put it that way. Okay. A lot of people in business, they may say no to you to start with, but if you continue to push, if you're persistent with it because they've literally told you the reasons why they should do it, you can turn that no into a yes. That person might say no today, but in 6 months' time, they might say yes. For instance, my business partner who I run the podcast with, Jacob, he actually introduced me to a network marketing company. I said no to him. He said, "Do you not like holidays?" Made me laugh, and I ended up saying yes, and I did it. If he didn't follow me up, I wouldn't have ended up getting a best mate for life. I wouldn't have ended up going to interview millionaires and multimillionaires with him on the Freedom Lifestyle podcast. And it was all because he followed up and he didn't let that failure, that rejection of me, of saying no to him, he didn't let that stop him. He continued to follow up and it led on to all these amazing things that's happened in our life. So look, you can reframe any negative situation into a positive one. And I strongly recommend you start implementing that into your life, because too many people, they create this story of failure just because of one incident, and that holds them back from success. The quicker you can overcome and reframe a situation, the quicker you can move on from it, and the quicker you can get results. As long as the business that you're doing, going back to the fact of being passionate about it, as long as the business that you're doing or the sales role that you're doing lights you up, then no setback or challenge will stop you from achieving your results. You just need to believe it. I will never let a setback or challenge let me build the movement that I want to build with Freedom Lifestyle. And I'm building it, and I'm getting setbacks, I'm getting challenges, but I don't let that stop me because I'm so passionate about this. I'm so energized about the bigger impact of what I've got to do, because I know if I gave up and failed, then I'm not just failing myself, I'm failing my family, I'm failing millions of people that I want to impact in this world. So I've got a bigger reason than just myself. If it was just myself that I was doing this for, then maybe these setbacks or challenges might have defeated me, but I've got a bigger purpose than just myself. I hope you're absolutely loving this so far by now. And look, this is just a start. My intention of these 2 episodes was just for you to get to know me a little bit, just to get to know my story of my solopreneur journey, turning into a Freedom Lifestyle CEO and podcast coach. But look, I'm confident you're absolutely loving it. You're loving the energy. Give me a cheeky subscribe, because look, I'm going to be consistently giving you free trainings every single week, so you can go out there and close more deals, make more money, and live your freedom lifestyle. I'm looking forward to getting you in my circle and getting you in my network, because you're about 7 handshakes away from the whole world. And I know a lot of millionaires and multimillionaires, so you get to know me, you're 1 handshake away from all these people. This is how this stuff works. And I'm very confident, you are loving freedom lifestyle. And like I mentioned, make sure you subscribe, ready for season 2. And not only that, you're also going to be getting weekly mindset trainings as well as these trainings as well. But look, I am truly grateful for you being here, right now. Thank you for joining me for season 1. This is the start of something special. I am so blessed to be here for you, to give you all my knowledge of what I've invested over £50,000 to learn from all the people that I've interviewed, and from being in the sales industry since 19 years old. Look, I went to uni, I studied business management, I got myself in 50 grand worth of debt, and I didn't learn one thing. They didn't teach us how to sell at school. And that's why since I've left school, I've been addicted and been so passionate about mastering how to sell. And I wanted to share that with you because I know it's been such a life-changing skill for me. My name's Callum Luke Webber, the Freedom Lifestyle CEO. I'm excited to see you on season 2, how to be a confident closer even when you can't sell, okay? And look, being fully transparent, in the description, as you may have seen already, there is 1 link in there. Click that link. It's going to take you to a funnel with a video of me explaining how we can help you double your sales in the next 90 days guaranteed. And because it's guaranteed, like, you may not actually get selected for it. I got to be really picky with who I pick, because it's my reputation on the line, and I'm doing this for a bigger impact than just for money. But look, no pressure. You don't have to click it, but if you want to check it out, make sure you do. Looking forward to getting on a call with you or with my team. But other than that, like, my intention of this is just to give. And I'm truly grateful for you. I hope you've absolutely loved this episode. Get it shared around with anyone you know that would benefit their lives as well. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you on the next training. Let's have it. Come on.